This video is to be used for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performance does not guarantee future results. Trading stocks, options, and spot currencies involves substantial risk, and there's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. No representations are being made that any software or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. This is the PremiereTrade Market Wrap.
This is the Market Wrap. I'm Jack Lawton on the James Dix Financial Network. U.S. crude inventories dropped by 6.8 million barrels in the latest week, much more than expected by analysts. U.S. crude inventories dropped to 282.8 million barrels in the week ending January 4th. Gas supplies rose by 5.3 million barrels in the latest week, and distillate stocks grew by 1.5 million barrels. Goldman Sachs said it expects U.S. economy to drop into recession this year, prompting the Fed to slash benchmark lending rates to 2.5% by the third quarter. According to the Mortgage Bankers Association's weekly application survey, mortgage application volume skyrocketed 32.2% during the holiday-shortened week ending January 4th. That ends 3 consecutive weeks of sharp declines. Countrywide Financials said its December loan fundings rose 1% from November and were ahead of internal forecasts. E-Trade Financials said it sold about $3 billion of mortgage-backed securities and municipal bonds in addition to the November sale of its $3 billion asset-backed securities portfolio. MBIA, a bond insurer, said it will take a $3.3 billion write-down, cut its dividend, and sell $1 billion in new debt as a way to maintain its crucial credit rating. And AT&T's shares fell this week after its chairman and chief executive, Randall Stephenson, said the company is experiencing some slowdown in its broadband and traditional wire phone sales to consumers. In Forex news today, the dollar inched up against major currencies ahead of anticipated comments from the head of the Federal Reserve later this week, while sterling slumped as renewed fears about the British retail sector stoked expectations of UK interest rates. The dollar crept up against a basket of major currencies as traders covered some of their short dollar positions ahead of Ben Bernanke's speech tomorrow. China's yuan rose the highest level since the dollar peg was scrapped in 2005, before a report that economists say will show the nation's trade surplus rose to a record last year as exports surged. Bonds gained. A senior government researcher wrote in the China Securities Journal that the yuan's appreciation against the dollar is likely to be capped at 10% this year, even if the gains quicken noticeably. Some U.S. lawmakers accuse China of deliberately keeping the currency undervalued to boost shipments overseas and have proposed sanctions unless yuan controls are loosened. And Canada's dollar approached a 3-week low after a report showed the nation's housing starts slowed in December by more than analysts had forecast. The Australian dollar rallied strongly today thanks to solid economic data and record high gold prices. Scheduled economic reports coming out on Thursday, initial jobless claims and wholesale inventories. In earnings news, DuPont reported an 11% profit gain for 2007. Profit excluding significant items rose to $3.20 a share. Mosaic Company said its fiscal second quarter profit was up nearly 6-fold. Company reporting net income for the quarter jumping to $394 million or 89 cents. And analysts had expected a consensus of 73 cents. Shaw Group said net income for the 3 months ended November 30th totaled $2.23 million or 3 cents a share. Analysts were looking for a profit of 49 cents. They missed it by a mile. Scheduled earnings reports coming out on Thursday. Charles River, Shuffle Master, CRA International, Bankers Investment Trust among the marquee names. Stocks in the news today. Ford plans to target India's growing middle class by spending $500 million to expand operations in that country. MGM Mirage and Dubai World said that they're jointly launching a cash tender offer for up to 10 million shares of its casino operator stock. QLogic raised both its earnings and revenue estimates for the fiscal third quarter, and Apollo's fiscal first quarter net income rose to $139.9 million or 83 cents a share. And that is the Market Wrap. I'm Jack Lott, and this is the James Dix Financial Network.